I know who Mrs. Flood is, and if I'm right, this will shake Doctor Who forever. Hello, I'm Ethan, or Kachuri. I normally don't do Doctor Who videos on this channel, so please bear with me on this. For over a decade, I've been part of a Doctor Who podcast on my buddy's Rainiac's channel. We're currently reviewing the current season, and after watching Robot Revolution, not only am I confident I know who Mrs. Flood is, but I can also tell you why she's doing the things she's doing. For those not fully in the know, Mrs. Flood was introduced in the first Nishigata's 15th Doctor story, The Church on Ruby Road. She was portrayed as an elderly neighbor to the new companion Ruby Sunday. Everything seemed normal and fine until the end of the episode. She looks at the camera and speaks to the audience, breaking the fourth wall. That's weird. Then, throughout season 1, she continues saying cryptic things to the fourth wall and being overall creepy. During the finale, after terrifying the old lady, Ruby's grandma, she claimed she had great plans before being dusted by Sutek. She's evil, she's super powerful. What is her deal, though? She is someone who didn't quite get home. This current Doctor Who series has been focused basically on the fourth series of the original RTD era, especially dealing with and healing from the meta crisis in the first few episodes with the 14th Doctor. Russell T. Davies decided to expand more lore to the whole event, giving time for our new lead to become available for filming, but also bringing back the fan-favorite companion Donna Noble. Donna, in the time since 2008, has become more Doctor-like and being charitable, trying to help others out, and all of the above, which I thought was a neat addition. Would you still believe, though, we are still getting Series 4 references today? With Donna in mind, it isn't a stretch to say that the intro to Robot Revolution is very similar to the first episode of Series 4, Partners in Crime, where the Doctor and Belinda just keep missing each other just as he and Donna did. Adding to this, Alan bought the Star Certificate on April 5th, 2008, the same date that Partners in Crime and its cute little fat aliens premiered on British television screens. Remember when people watched cable? If only someone could remind us. How many more people watched cable in 2008 compared to now? How many more? Then later, in the climax of the fourth series, the big bad Darvos explains that he created a reality bomb using stolen planets, which would destroy all matter in every single universe. Oh, what's this? The final episode of season 2 is called The Reality War. Probably not related. So, during the craziness of reality crashing down, Donna and the Doctor's hand, long story, interact weirdly, trading DNA with each other, causing the said meta crisis. For those who don't know or can't remember what the meta crisis is, this is when we got a brand new David Tennant! And fangirls went wild! And Dr. Donna became a thing! But who else had a crazy event in a reality-destroying moment? Missbelindachandra! She causes a paradox by touching tips, and the Doctor has to pull her out to absorb all the energy so she doesn't explode. This caused a whole bunch of stuff to happen to all three characters in this scene. The Doctor traveling to Belinda's timeline, and is even holding her as a baby. It's also very clear she had some interactions with the Doctor's life. What if this also causes a meta crisis in a different flavor? The Dr. Donna meta crisis that happened when reality was collapsing, with a Doctor who had hundreds of years of sorrow and war balled up in him that he was running from. While he had a heroic ego and worked to save many people, he still felt guilty for the death that followed him. There's a strong chance that that guilt built a more charitable subconscious, a Doctor who wanted to give back to those who needed it, a subconscious that transferred herself into Donna. It's explained throughout the 60th anniversary that she became insanely charitable. That charitable self wasn't her, though. When she let the meta crisis go, Donna was angry and frustrated with having that part of the Doctor in her that let her donate all that money. The 15th Doctor is a changed man now. He had therapy. He is now more open with his feelings. There is probably going to be a part of every episode where he will cry. His ego has grown to be extremely caring. He is an honest to luxe good man right now. He's having fun, he's saving the day, and he's giving himself time to mourn the deaths of people. He is now suppressing the dark side that he had from his previous Doctors, which is probably being pushed into his subconscious. If part 1 of my theory is that the meta crisis pushed the subconscious into the companion for Donna, What will happen if there was a doctor-nurse meta-crisis with the doctor suppressing his dark side? The end of the robot revolution has shown that Belinda is already somewhat antagonistic to the doctor. What if the meta-crisis this time around gave Belinda the power to regenerate? We know now, thanks to a little controversial story called The Timeless Children, that the power to regenerate is just something the doctor could do. That it was something that could be traded away or even taken. Just chalk up Trent's allure to Time Lords being gaslighting, gatekeeping girl bosses, and the doctor not realizing he could have regenerated at any time. It's time to put all the parts of my theory together. As a theory content creator Raitos would say, it's time to bake a souffle, or something of that nature. Season 2 is going to have the doctor try to take Belinda home, but something keeps him from doing so. This will lead to the 7th episode, Wish World. Since we are already dealing with a similar story to the 4th series, I'm going to make a claim right now that Belinda pulls a turn left and makes the wrong wish, thus forever locking her fate. She starts jumping through time and has to be different people. May even be revealed that she was other characters we met through the series, just as different regenerations. It may even be revealed that this is the origin story of the Ronnie!
He said the thing!
Regardless, eventually through time jumps, Chandra, now the Flood, has materialized in 2005, shortly after a girl is put up for adoption. Through her journeys, the Flood has gained a fob watch and was told of its power. She used it to make herself human, but with a note to open it if she ever saw a particular blue police box. The events of Church on Ruby Road plays out, and when the doctor goes into the TARDIS, she takes the time to open the fob watch and regain her Time Lady powers. This also answers the question, why was Mrs. Flood at the end of Lux in 1952 stalking the Doctor and Belinda, when she didn't do this with the Doctor and Ruby? Since Mrs. Flood is going to her past, she knows where she needs to time jump to since she was Belinda in those time periods. She wouldn't know where to go in time and space to follow Ruby's adventures. At this point, I would like to note that the Doctor has not interacted with the Mrs. Flood since they've had a conversation and he entered the TARDIS, which she initiated. It appears that during this conversation that Mrs. Flood had no idea who the Doctor is and calls the TARDIS a box of tricks. During Robot Revolution, Mrs. Flood goes out of her way to hide from the Doctor. This could easily be because if he sees her, he might realize that she is more sinister than she leads on, or adds more mysteries that he is going to solve. Or it could be that there's a psychic connection between Time Lords and Time Ladies, and he would instantly know. It's also evident during Robot Revolution that she fully understood where Belinda was going and was seeing her off. The events of Lux can also clear up another mystery of Mrs. Flood. Why is she always breaking the fourth wall? It's because she's talking to the fans in the false world that was created in this episode, that she met as Belinda. She's just randomly talking to open space, hoping that those fans hear her, and this may also lead to the fact that they never ask the Doctor who is Mrs. Flood or why hasn't he noticed Mrs. Flood is all over the place. It's because in Robot Revolution, she tells them that they never saw her. All of this is to make sure no paradoxes happen before Mrs. Flood can enact her plan during the reality war. She's going to use reality itself to fix her life and erase the Doctor from reality. If there is no Doctor, then the event that caused the time blip during the Robot Revolution would have never happened. The Star Certificate would not have been sent 5,000 years into the past to influence Missbelindachandra's kind's civilization. That blip is what led Belinda to implicate her ex-boyfriend. This is what will lead the ex-boyfriend to enslave the planet and kidnap her. In which, to save herself from being kidnapped, she causes a paradox that will lead her into becoming a Time Lady. All of this leads to her living a very long and very frustrating life of never being able to get home, all while being molded by the darkness that came from the Doctor's subconscious. The Flood is probably very willing to let many people die just to go home and live a normal life. Friend from the podcast, Kat, wanted me to add that nurses in the UK are not required to take the Hippocratic Oath or the Nightingale Pledge, which means she isn't anchored by do no harm, even though we have seen Belinda be very nurse-like in Robot Revolution and Lux. It's clear she followed previous companions during the 20 years she's been waiting for 2025. She's practically borrowing their clothes to let everyone know that she is a companion. She is the final companion. Oh, but hey, that was a string of thoughts that turned out to be a theory. A Doctor Who hypothesis. Wait, that wasn't right. Thanks for watching. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. I appreciate it. Please drop a like and a kind comment down below. I am happy to politely debate any theories. Drop your theories for who you think Mrs. Flood is. Let's talk. Let's nerd out. Let's geek out. I want to thank a whole group of people for helping me make this video happen. Concave Usurper, better known as Cat, for helping me edit the script. Freezing Infernos, Fresno, for letting me borrow their voice in that cameo. Rainiac for helping me secure all these nice high quality images that I use throughout this little slideshow. And I also want to give a big, speaking of images, big massive thank you to Second Archive for this fan art. My camera's going to just move me around. Amazing fan art, exactly how I was thinking about it. It's amazing. So please subscribe and enjoy the rest of this Doctor Who season. I'm looking forward to it, and I may have more videos come out if this does well. Thank you.